Hi, my name is Aysia Johnson, and this is my classical conditioning video for psychology period 4. I already filmed this video, but some things occurred and my footage was lost, so now I have to review the entire thing. But instead of conditioning someone else, I'm just going to reenact the conditioning process that I did on my mother. So for my conditioning process, there's going to be 3 things that we need to establish prior to conditioning. The 3 things that we need to establish is the unconditioned stimulus, the unconditioned response, and the neutral stimulus. The unconditioned stimulus is going to be me poking her because it'll get a reflex out of her, or a unconditioned response. The unconditioned response I'm looking for is flinching, hitting, getting annoyed with me, things like that. The neutral stimulus is the next thing that comes, and the neutral stimulus I chose is the phrase "ya boy" because it's weird and I'm weird. I say weird things all the time, so she won't really have a big reaction to the phrase "ya boy." I'm hoping that pairing the phrase "ya boy" with the unconditioned stimulus poking her will then turn the phrase "ya boy" into a conditioned stimulus, or something that she reacts to, and she has a conditioned response. That conditioned response has to be the same as the unconditioned response, which would be flinching, getting annoyed, or hitting me. The conditioned stimulus and the conditioned response are the 2 things that should occur after conditioning, while the neutral stimulus, the unconditioned response, and the unconditioned stimulus are all things that you should establish prior to conditioning, and you'll use the unconditioned stimulus and the neutral stimulus paired together during the conditioning process. Before I show you the conditioning process, I first have to show you that she has not already been conditioned. However, like I said, this is my second time recording this video, so all the conditioning process footage will be reenacted from the previous videos. So here's reenactment of it. Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! What the hell are you doing? My head's up. As for day 3, there is no footage for it because my mom went to work and she came back early because she wasn't feeling so good. She actually vomited, and she was really lightheaded and she just needed some rest. And I didn't really want to bother her, so there are no clips for day 3 because I didn't want to irritate her. So we're just gonna move right on over to day 4.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
In conclusion, my mom was not conditioned to the phrase "ya boy." She had a semi-reaction at the end. If you saw, I said "ya boy" and she reacted by trying to poke me back, but I didn't actually try to poke her. She reacted to the phrase "ya boy," which is what I wanted. However, I don't think that I conditioned her on enough days, just because it was really hard to get her to notice me. That sounds bad. My mom is very oblivious to things, and so if she's not looking at you in some way, then she won't react in any way to what you say. So it was kind of hard to grab her attention because I really had to be like in front of her face, and it was really hard to try and maneuver the camera in a way that she wouldn't see. As you can tell by the end, I was up close and personal on her face because that's how oblivious she is, and I got her natural reaction to that. So that was part of the problems that I came across during the conditioning process. Of course, these were all reenactments, but they actually did happen during the week of the conditioning process. As for stimulus generalization is when a person reacts to specific thing that was targeted towards them, but also things that generally go along with it. For example, if someone had a really bad experience with clams, like they got food poisoning from clams at a restaurant. Now they get nauseous every time they see clams, but they also get nauseous when they see oysters and other shellfish. That would be generalization, because they're not only the clams, but also things that go along with clams, like shellfish or oysters. Those are the same thing. I mean, they're part of the same category. But that's what generalization is. It's when you generalize something because of a specific experience. However, I don't think that would necessarily apply to my conditioning because I use the phrase ya boy. It's super specific. Not many things go into the generalization of ya boy. Maybe if she reacted to the phrase ya girl or ya sis or ya bro, then that would probably fall under generalization. But again, I don't really think that is something that applies to our specific situation. As for stimulus discrimination, that is when a very general thing occurs, but you only target specific things that happen in that. So it's basically the opposite of generalization. For example, if a dog was conditioned to a whistle, a form of discrimination that could occur during this would be the dog only reacts to a certain tone of that whistle. And that is discrimination because they're not reacting to the whistle as a whole or as a general concept. They're reacting to a specific thing that the whistle could do. Applying that to my situation, I don't think that it would apply, just because your boy isn't a very general phrase or idea or concept that you can discriminate towards. Like, you can't break down specific parts of your boy unless maybe she doesn't react to ya boy, but she reacts to ya and boy separately, and that might be discrimination. However, again, I don't think generalization or discrimination apply perfectly to my conditioning process. That being said, this is the end of the classical conditioning journey on annoying my mother. I had a very enjoyable time doing it. 10 out of 10, would do again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know why I'm ending it like a YouTube video, but bye!